All right. Yes, you can use this on mini NASDAQ, but I would recommend that you press the entry and exit buttons based on the main chart. Okay? So, because we're basing all this on volume and everything else, and so you want to use where the big boys are trading their volume. So, when the entry would happen on NQ, then you could hit on MNQ. When the exit would happen on NQ, then get out. A little bit more manual trading. So, I usually tell people what to do is pull up a DOM. Um, and have like the NASDAQ and then have the DOM to trade the mini NASDAQ to put in their orders. So, good question. John Walters asked, will the current sniper system be included in the elite membership after the trial period? Yes, it's included with silver and gold. And platinum. All three. Yeah, new traders. DOM means depth of market. And you can open up a DOM, just going to file, new, and then static DOM. And it'll bring up like this right here. And then you can see the orders and you can change. I don't have MNQ in here, but you can change to MNQ and have your chart up. For NQ here, choose MNQ here, and then you can place your orders based on this chart. That's the easiest, best way because here's the reasons. Because micro has a little bit of more bouncing around in it, so it's a better way to trade it there. All right, so order flow versus order platinum. What's platinum? That's like our everything, always, forever package. So past, present, future, everything. Um, so if you want to know about more about that, just let me know. Let's see here. What is the indicator called for triple dipper? There's actually three indicators in there, and they had to do with a unique coding of divergence and hidden divergence. So I think one of them's called like divergent. Hell, I mean, you can honestly just click on them, and they'll tell you. Like divergence detector icon, warning icon, and hidden divergence signal detector. So it has three different kinds of divergence built into it at one time. That's why we use them for trades to go the opposite direction. All right, so let's talk about order flow. Anybody seen order flow before? You ever seen a webinar on order flow or heard about order flow? I'm not talking about just ours, but other people's, or the generic one like that's in NT8. Yeah. Okay. So you're like, I got order flow already. It's free on NT8. Well, let's talk about that. Okay. Um, Order flow itself is actually just numbers, right? So it's numbers of volume of what's happening on everything. Footprints really is just a lot of busy data that's unorganized. Okay? Pardon me. Order prints is a combination of order flow and footprints that's an organized information for a plan of action. And I'll show you the differences. Unlike indicators, using order flow and footprints and all that stuff gives you real time volume and price information. Gives you insight to the market, but order prints specifically is a clarity tool to see where to enter, exit, stop, when there's chop, and when not to trade. And you got naked blind bars that, well, it's easy to see if you look left, but it's really hard to see right now what to do. Here's order prints on Ninja. Just a bunch of information, a lot of numbers, but those numbers don't, even with the best training in the world, don't give you clarity. Or if you want to add every single stupid thing you can, this is literally order prints with all the little fun indicators that are out there. Okay, not making this up. By the way, this is only like 10 minutes of data. Do you feel confident looking at this to make decisions? Exactly, the matrix. Okay? Cluttered information with a lot of data is not power. It may look sort of pretty and, like new age modern art look, but yeah, DNA tables. Yeah, this is putting all the stuff that's out there together, okay? This is our chart. This is our order prints. And let me walk you through this. This is one of the examples, and it's actually one of the biggest running examples. That's trade 5. You don't get it a lot, but when you get it, you can see the market runs really far. But there's actually 9 trades on this chart, and that was a total accident. I just asked Lori to pull me an example of this one setup, When she did, I looked at it, I'm like, oh my gosh. So let's check this out. So one of the trades we got is what's called a star with a low volume score, which is a number under 13, with a zone of interest, which is one of these teal or purple levels, or with a crash, makes it even stronger. Then we buy right above the reversal bar to go long. See the bot right there, and I mean, as you can see, it turned into a nice long reversal, huge big trend, and ran up to a full deviation. Okay. So that right there, let's just say you just started off like we teach you the 10 tick scalps. Well, there's 10 ticks. Okay. And if we start following this chart, well, there's a triple dipper. Okay. 20 ticks. There's a exhaustion box. 30 ticks. There's a triple dipper. 40 ticks. There's an exhaustion box with trapped order, which ended up, going around and around, but 50 ticks. Then we go over here. We're going. We got exhaustion box with trapped order. So 60 ticks. Exhaustion box with trapped order. 70 ticks. We're going. Oh, there's a trapped order there. 80 ticks. We're going. Going. No setup. Triple dipper. 90 ticks. Oh, and then there's another one. 100 ticks. That's 100 ticks, and that is in 1 hour. Who would like to make 100 ticks in 1 hour? Now, I'm not trying to tell you that you're going to always make 100 ticks in an hour, but that's $500. And that's just using those setups. That is the difference between order prints and footprints and order flow. Clarity. Organized knowledge with a plan of action. That is the power that you want trading. That is your edge. And that's what the order prints is that we have, that's about what the training that we have in the sniper trading setups is about. But yeah, it's $500 in an hour. Taking very clear, you already know the triple dippers. Like, you see 3, you go the other way, boom. That's the trade. There's no guessing. There's no reading the market and having to become some Zen master. You can do it today. So, better than saline chickens. Magnifying glass. Okay, so order prints, they're sort of your magnifying glass into the market, but with clarity. So it's not just a list of numbers. There's a lot of formulas that go behind those symbols, and they're algorithms that we have worked together as a trading community. I don't go, hey, I made all this. So I own the company. I started it with a vision to actually just help my daughter learn how to trade when she was first being born. I taught my 7-year-old, she's 13 now, she knows, taught my 7-year-old son these first 2 setups in 15 minutes the other day. But it grew into now helping other traders, and then now we all contribute. And we've really refined the formulas. Again, knowledge is not power. Organized knowledge with a plan of action is power. And that's a quote by Napoleon Hill. So Ron asked a good question. If my computer was off and I had no order prints, is there a way I can get missing order prints on my own? You can hop into the elite room and ask somebody to share their order prints file with you. Like once you're up and running and your data's flowing, and if you follow the steps on step 4, if somebody will zip that folder for you and send it to you and drop it in the elite room for you, then they can put it in there, and then you can get all the history. So I do that all the time. So I'll hop in and my computer was down. I had to restart Ninja or something. I'll ask, Lori or Greg or somebody, hey, can you send me your, your folder? So, really it gets you the heartbeat of the market. It shows you, strength or exhaustion of the market. You can't see that in naked bars. This is like a sniper shooting, but at night, imagine doing that without night vision goggles. That's how it's trading without having the clarity. We're driving in a snowstorm versus a clear day. Again, the clarity of order prints versus just numbers or naked bars. So, trading is all about getting an edge, all about stacking odds in your favor, and that's what order prints is about. So without order prints, you're literally losing, I hope you've seen that you're literally losing one of your biggest edges that you can have in trading. And, think about this. You're able to look at it and go, is the market trend strong or ready for a pullback? Well, triple dipper or divergence on oscillation detector. We talked about that today in the room. We're talking about that a lot more on Thursday. Is the trend exhausted? That's an X box. Are buyers and sellers trapped? That's a trapped X box, which is, I mean, that literally the last 9 trades we've taken in the room have been all trapped X boxes. And we saw getting one tonight that Grant took. So is there an interest at a level? That's the zones of interest, the ZOI crashes, the zones on bar befores, the NQ walls that you now have, the 6240 flux pivots that I teach you in video number 2 under setup. Are there weak areas like paw prints, mini magnets, low volume scores? Because those often will precede, the stars will precede reversals. If you don't know any of these things, how can you have any possible insider edge beyond just, well, when this indicator crosses that indicator, then I think, and how well is that? I mean, I've been there, I've done it, I've tried it. How well has that really worked for you? It didn't work well for me. So, what do y'all think? I mean, should you be trading without order prints? Without that edge? I mean, does it make sense to have that edge? I mean, yeah, I mean, no. So why not try it? I mean, if you haven't tried it already, it's free. Hop in, try it. So with that, let's jump into money management. I know this is a long webinar, and I'm almost done. I'm sort of famous for, not famous, but known for having no problem talking for a long time. But the only person who can talk more than me, I think, is my son. But you've heard 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days or less. And if you want to be part of that 10%, part of that is knowing when to stop. Not just stopping when you're down, but also this is the hard part, stopping when you're up. Okay? So, like David Chris was like, 6-3 is the fillet right here. You got to set a plan. You got to follow it. One thing you'll see a lot in the elite room is people say, I'm done. I'm up. I'm done. You may have saw that in some of the comments I was showing at the very beginning of the webinar. Okay? It's about the power of compounding. I'm not talking about cherry picking trades. I'm talking about the Apex 6-3 ratio. It is unlikely, I'm not saying impossible, but using this that you're going to suffer 6 net losses on a single instrument in a day. Meaning like you're down 6 trades in a row. Like total, a net 6 losses. If you are, then you should stop. It's not your day. Okay? It is likely, I'm not going to tell you that it will happen because compliance rules, but likely that you could be up 3. I mean, how many times have you been up $50 3 times in a day trading? Stop when you're up, okay? And we'll teach you how to go for more than 50, but I mean, if you could do that once, and you can do it repeatedly where you're getting 3, 3, 3, well, just learn to trade more contracts, not more trades. And that's just one of the biggest mistakes I see traders make. And we have a calculator in here. Can y'all still see my screen by the way? It shrunk everything else. So, even if you're a sniper, stop at 3. Yep. So if you go over here under the foundations where we got the 6-3, there's a calculator there. Pull it up. And we go in and we say, starting with, say, $4,000, 10 tick goal, $5 per tick. Okay? And it goes down and it tells you what happens. So, one contract, it actually gives you a plan. For the first 3 months, do one contract. Your account balance grows from 4,000. And by the way, we take out half of our profits every week. Okay? I don't care if you're up $500 or $200. Do an ACH withdrawal. Okay? Or if it's a lot of money, do a wire withdrawal if you want to. I do withdrawals almost every single week. I hope so. I hope I do. Most weeks I do. And I've proven that. I've shown my 1099s and everything else and shown my withdrawals in the past. But withdraw half your profit every week. You are supposed to get paid to trade. And if you can't take out money every week, okay, when it's small, you're definitely not going to do it when it's large. Don't let your ego take over. Like, how big is my account? Like, how big is my checking account? Not how big is my trading account. So it tells you one contract for the first 3 months. Your account balance and taking out half your profits on a weekly thing. Okay, that means you're taking out $2,000 per month, and you go from account balance of 4 to 6,000, 8,000 to 10,000. This is just making $50 3 times a day. Okay, then it tells you starting in month 4, you can go to 2. Okay, contracts, and now you're taking out $4,000, and then then the next month. Okay, so your total that you've taken out is 14 grand. You go to 3 contracts. Again, just $150. So $50 3 times a day. $20,000 you get to take that you're up to. So I took out 6. And then 5. And then I just stop at 7. I could keep it growing. Okay? I just stop it at 7 contracts. So I don't get ridiculous on these numbers. Okay? So if you did this, you'd go from 2,000, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000 to 28,000 in a month withdrawals. Okay? And that's $194,000 in a year just trading 3 trades, $50 per trade, and stopping. Think about as a sniper, after they make a shot, their position sort of could be given away, right? And their important job is to, make the hit, make the kill. The second plan is to exit, to get away to safety. Make the kill and get away to safety and stop. Not to just keep firing away. Do y'all see the power of that? I mean, we're talking about a $4,000 account, 3 trades making $50 a day, turning into a $200,000 a year income. Is that settling in on anybody? As a wow? I don't got to trade all day. I don't have to go for massive profits all the time. Let me just be updating. Yeah. Let's say it was just half that. I have to check it. But let's say it's just half that. Who'd be okay with 100,000 in a year? Because obviously you're going to have some losing days and everything else, right? Or maybe you don't make 200, maybe you make half that. So we're not talking about. I literally stopped it at 7, so it doesn't get ridiculous. So we'll just say you did 4 trades a day, just to figure out what's going on with that. But 4 trades a day, yeah, $200. A single contract. Okay? And you have access to the 6-3 calculator. We may need to double check that. So, John, if you can ask Cameron to double check it. But anyways, so, that's the 6-3 money management. Likely to be up 3. Less likely to be down 6. And I know that's not perfect. It doesn't sound like risk reward that makes sense. It's about probabilities. Okay? We pretty much went over all that going into the calculator. So just not stopping till you're down or up. So most people, whether they're up or they're down, they keep going and they wish they would have stopped. I mean, how many times have you been up for the day and wish you would have stopped? And then, of course, how many times have you been down for the day and wish you would have stopped? Right? So this gives you a plan for stopping when you're up or down. So you have to have the mental fortitude before you start trading that day to control your emotions, despite how well things are going, okay, or how bad things are going, not to let them get worse. Don't let fear or greed or wanting more or to get back to break even or whatever it is, you're going to stop when you're up, and just follow that plan. And if you'll have a little patience and follow it, it's amazing how it really adds up. And a big part, again, withdrawing money. So, there's a lot to go in there. Like, I had this whole video on detail. I'm not going to waste all your time going through it all again, but, I mean, you got the big audit of it right there. But feel free, again, that 6-3 video is inside the Sniper Trading Foundation section. Again, if you think this is valuable, if you think you're getting a lot out of this training and the money management that we teach and the setups that we teach and the simplicity, and that you think other people could benefit, you know, please refer friends, family, hop on Facebook, you know, share our post, join our Facebook group if you haven't done so already. I'll approve you tonight. Follow us on Twitter. You know, just let other people know about it, because again, I try to keep my costs low and not have you must pay $5,000 and, you know, to get access to see if it works or not. I mean, we're giving this away to you for free right now to let you check it all out. You know, so if you just let other people know about it, I mean, they're not having to pay anything either. So, what's next? Make sure that you are signed up for boot camp. Complete the training course, the entire thing. Be in the elite room. Get Ninja set up. By the way, if you get stuck, I saw a lot of people's tickets get solved on this webinar, okay? Don't be shy about submitting help desk tickets. I answer probably half of them myself, okay? If not more. But right here under the account tab, you'll see submit a help desk ticket. Submit a ticket. We will help you. Don't sit there frustrated, okay? Register for all the webinars if you haven't done so already. We have already 430 people, I think, signed up for boot camp, and GoToWebinar caps out at 1,000 people on the webinars that it allows, okay? So go ahead and register for all of them. Again, they're all listed. I don't know what that was, but they're all listed right here, like on the third button, and register for all 7 of them. Go ahead and get that done just so you reserve your spot. Demo the trade setups, get going live. You know, check out our signals. Every day this month has been profitable as well. On the Nadex, we do Nadex signals as well that I send out. And, you know, we want you to be profitable. So, the summary, be the sniper or be the target. It's your choice. You got to make it. I hope to see you in the room tomorrow morning. And I hope to see you on the webinar Thursday, where we dive into walls and the levels, and we dive into setup 2, which is really the setup you're going to get more often than anything. So set your goals and own it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for taking your time again and trusting us and trusting me with your time. And I look forward to, you know, like I said, just having more fun with y'all and knocking it out of the park.